want bids of at least £3 billion, which is obviously a huge amount of money. James, can you tell us a little bit more about Matt Lawton's story and how they've arrived at this £3 billion figure?
Yeah, it's a huge story and a very interesting development in sort of Liverpool's modern history. They started circulating a sales brochure last month, and Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs are assisting this potential sale process. Obviously, they're looking for shareholders to potentially come into the club, but a sale of a full sale is still a possibility. I think Forbes valued Liverpool at 3.89 billion pounds back in May, and obviously we all saw what Chelsea got sold for 4.25 billion pounds this year, and I think that's sort of roughly where you'll be getting that valuation from. It'd be interesting to see where they where a sort of potential buyer comes from, and we're talking about such a small pool of potential suitors here, and I think the Times article, Matt's article in the Times, was suggesting that the most likely, source of a new owner is probably going to come from the US as opposed to like the Far East or the Middle East.
It's interesting, isn't it? They talk about a sales brochure that has been circulating. I guess they didn't put a PowerPoint presentation together, the old school sales brochure. And some folks who are involved in consortium, Matt talks about this regarding Chelsea, were kind of talking about how that this is real. Initially, when the reports came out, Liverpool were looking for investment, but it's shifted gears, hasn't it, this story? You're talking about a fan base of 100 million worldwide. 12 years ago, they bought the club for 300 million. And as much as an American owner might be the likely outcome,
the potential new owner of Liverpool has assets that are 6 times more valuable than the Manchester City owner. Liverpool's potential new owner, Steven Paglica, has £112 billion more assets than Manchester City owner Sheikh Mansour. The Merseysiders have been put up for sale by current owners Fenway Sports Group, in a move that stunned the football world. It appears that one of the contenders is the former Burger King director, who was previously rushing to buy Chelsea. Reportedly, FSG rejected a £3 billion offer from the Middle East in May, but a bid from Paglica could prove even more lucrative than the consortium that bought City in 2008. Mansour, who is behind Pep Guardiola today, is understood to have a net worth of around £17 billion. However, Paglica's company, Bain Capital, claims to have £119 billion in assets under their management. Paglica is a private equity investor and co-chairman of Bain. He also owns a 55% stake in Serie A giants Atalanta and is also a co-owner of NBA giants Boston Celtics. But she is perhaps best known for her role on the fast food giant Burger King, where she helped return it to profitability between 2002 and 2009. Recent reports claim that he is already a contender to take over Jürgen Klopp's side due to his familiarity with the FSG. Other reports have claimed that FSG is in the process of inviting bids for the club, but it remains unclear whether a deal can be made. FSG also confirmed this news in its own statement. The Liverpool changeover is currently high on the British agenda and has indeed had an extraordinary impact. FSG management has gone through successful processes under Klopp management without spending much since its arrival. But many fans were criticizing FSG for the owners being stingy and spending more on the team. Many fans became even more hopeful when the allegations of change of ownership came to the agenda. Because the new potential owners are billionaires who can raise quite a bit of capital. Manchester City has been Liverpool's biggest rival in the Championship lately, and the effective rivalry between the two teams in recent years is evident. Klopp competed against City in the race to the top with lower budgets, while Guardiola teamed up with higher transfer budgets and forced the summit. That's why it's very exciting that Klopp has the high transfer budgets promised by the new owners. Moreover, given that Steven Paglica, who is said to have bid, can raise more capital from City owners, an exciting new era may indeed await Liverpool fans. Liverpool are now looking to sign young Holland, who has been dubbed the world's greatest talent. Liverpool manager Jürgen Klopp realizes that some of his biggest stars won't be on top anytime soon. Klopp has built an incredible roster, but some of his most important players are now over 30. Recent reports suggest that Liverpool are looking to the future in the transfer window. Names like Harvey Elliott, Fabio Carvalho and Calvin Ramsey could be in Liverpool's first team for the next 10 years. Set the club record, Darwin Nunez is only 23 years old and has a bright future ahead of him. However, the likes of Thiago, Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah, while extremely talented, are unlikely to develop in the future. According to the reported information, Liverpool has now set their sights on Dortmund striker Youssoufa Moukoko and wants to transfer the young forward. Moukoko is a wonder boy who made his debut in Dortmund the day after his 16th birthday. He is used to playing with people much older than him and at the age of 12 made his debut for the German club under-17 team. He is currently a regular in Dortmund's top team and has been tasked with replacing the almost irreplaceable Erling Haaland. Talking about the Cameroonian young talent, the incredible Norwegian is a big fan of Moukoko. Haaland paved the way for Moukoko when he made his Bundesliga debut nearly 2 years ago. He scored 4 goals against Hertha Berlin that day. However, this put no pressure on the young German, who broke the Bundesliga's record for the youngest player ever. In an interview with the Bundesliga's official website after his debut, Haaland praised Moukoko. "I think it's the greatest talent in the world right now," Haaland said. "He's 16 and has a great career ahead of him. We're lucky to have him." While Klopp hopes Nunez has a bright future at Liverpool, there is a reason they want to sign Moukoko. The Uruguayan looks hasty in front of goal and some of his decision has been criticized. He has produced some great finishes in his short Liverpool career and his teammates are trying to get him into position as much as possible. However, Moukoko is a different type of striker. Despite his young age, he can hit strong for his years and is a clinical finisher. Liverpool want to recruit one of the most exciting players in world football, and it's understandable. Considering Timo Werner's injury, he could even make it to the World Cup this month. Given Firmino's future, filling his void with a different type of forward may even offer an opportunity for Klopp to switch to a new system. Liverpool need to make moves for the future and it's important to pick up such a talented youngster at an early age. However, despite his young age, there are many world giant clubs after the Cameroonian player. He has followed many giants, especially Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, Chelsea and Juventus. To win this kind of transfer race, the early move is very important and Liverpool can turn this to their advantage. Do you think Youssoufa Moukoko can succeed at Liverpool?